There's a chill in the air around the Lakers organization these days, a tension that feels much heavier than a midseason injury scare. Every time LeBron James steps into a room, you expect his energy to fill the space, to crackle off the walls, like static. But now, even that trademark confidence seems tinged with uncertainty, as if he's carrying more than just his own weight. Today, we're diving into a development that could alter not only this season, but the trajectory of LeBron's entire Lakers legacy. Before we get into it, do us a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single update on this unfolding story. Trust me, you'll want to be here when the next chapter drops. 2 weeks ago, in the final game against Minnesota, LeBron battled through a knee injury that quickly went from tweaked to headline news. He finished the contest, sure, but behind closed doors, the medical staff and his inner circle knew the truth. This was more serious than anyone let on at tip-off. On the Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash, LeBron finally lifted the veil. It's been a hell of a lot better. It's getting better, though. It's getting better. That cautious optimism struck a nerve. Could he really be on the mend? Or was this a classic LeBron understatement hiding something far worse? Imagine the impact if this knee issue isn't just a temporary setback, but a sign that the wear and tear of 22 seasons is catching up. Could this be the moment when the Kings' reign at Staples, or Crypto.com Arena, actually wanes? Fans are whispering, is this the beginning of the end of LeBron's Lakers chapter? Is it possible that this very injury could force him to reconsider the grind, to step back, or worse, to hang up the jersey in purple and gold? Listen to the words he used. It's getting better, though. Not it's healed, not I'll be back better than ever, but getting better. That qualifier hangs over every word like a cloud ready to burst. And while he's been pounding out upper body workouts and logging stationary bike miles to keep blood flowing, the part he hates most, sitting still, speaks volumes. A man who built his legend on relentless activity is now confined to limited mobility. It's a stark contrast to the LeBron we know, driving to the rim, launching threes, orchestrating plays as if he's painting a masterpiece in real time. Now, let's put this in context. LeBron has been remarkably durable throughout his career, avoiding true break moments until now. He's averaged around 34.5 minutes over 52 games this season, putting up 24.3 points, 9 assists, 7.7 rebounds, shooting north of 51% overall and nearly 40% from three. Those numbers are all the more incredible given the paltry rest days he allows himself. But knees are tricky. They don't feel as badly when adrenaline is pumping. Only after the final buzzer do the true limits emerge. And if this knee requires more than a couple weeks to heal, what does that mean for the run the Lakers envisioned? Could it spell the end of LeBron's on-court future in Los Angeles? Some insiders believe that if this injury lingers into training camp, he may decide that preserving his body for a potential playoff push isn't worth sacrificing long-term health. Others argue that this is simply a blip, a minor bump on the road of a Hall of Famer's career who will bounce back stronger than before. But when speculation runs this hot, even the most confident voices can start to waver. Beyond the personal stakes, there's a ripple effect across the entire roster. Anthony Davis has already weathered his own share of injuries, and now he faces the prospect of carrying an even heavier load if LeBron's timeline slips. Will Davis embrace the added responsibility, or will the absence of LeBron's commanding presence expose cracks in LA's interior defense and late-game execution? And what about the younger stars? Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura. They're stepping into roles that suddenly feel larger than life. Reeves could become the team's emotional spark, knocking down clutch shots and filling the void. But can he sustain it night after night? Will Russell rediscover the sharpshooter who tormented opponents last season, or will the pressure of elevated expectations send him into a slump? Fans are wondering if this unexpected chapter might be a blessing in disguise, an opportunity for the next wave of Lakers talent to emerge, to define themselves apart from LeBron's shadow. Could this be the moment that sparks a new identity? For LA, one built on youthful energy and unbridled ambition? Or will the team founder, missing the veteran wisdom and calm finish that only a player of LeBron's caliber can deliver? Already, social media is alight with theories. Some claim LeBron's cryptic update is a prelude to an official announcement, a leave of absence or reduced role that could redefine the postseason push. Others insist the King will return to full force by opening night of next season, using the offseason to rehabilitate and retool. But here's a question that keeps echoing in every Lakers forum. If LeBron does not return this season, can the Lakers still secure a top 4 seed? Is it possible that without his guiding hand, the margins in close games will tilt against them? Or will new heroes emerge, rallying the faithful and silencing the doubters? We also can't ignore the league-wide implications. The moment LeBron is sidelined, even temporarily, the balance of power in the Western Conference shifts. Nuggets, Timberwolves, Lakers, they all jockey for positioning, pivoting strategies to exploit LA's vulnerability. Opposing coaches will game plan differently, daring the Lakers to prove they have depth, and every shift in the standings sends seismic waves through playoff brackets and championship odds. Here's something few are talking about: LeBron's physical conditioning. He's famous for his dedication to recovery protocols, cryotherapy, nutrition, sleep. What if this knee injury becomes the catalyst for him to completely reinvent his approach to extend his career in a way no one else has ever managed? Some insiders whisper that he's already consulting with specialists, exploring cutting-edge treatments that could not only repair the damage but unlock a new level of longevity. Could this scare actually be the boat that carries him toward an even greater legacy? But let's return to the crux of the matter. The Lakers faithful have to brace for a reality that, until now, seemed unthinkable: the possibility that LeBron James's tenure in Los Angeles might end not with a triumphant parade, but with a prolonged rehabilitation. Could this be the very thing that ultimately shifts priorities? For the front office, for LeBron himself, even for the fans who grew up idolizing him? Is it possible that this is the moment he begins to ponder life after playing? Life with more emphasis on business ventures, philanthropy, family, and mentorship. And yet, when he spoke on Mind the Game, his words carried a tinge of defiance. "I'm going crazy right now for sure," he confessed, the energy barely contained. It's almost as if he was daring the injury to do its worst, promising that he'd fight through every barrier. That same defiance is why we believe this story is far from over. It's why every Lakers fan, whether bracing for bad news or the return of their hero, can't look away. So here we stand, on the brink of what could be the most pivotal crossroads of LeBron James's LA career. And as the days tick by, every update becomes its own lifeline of hope or dread. Will next week's practice report be the turning point toward recovery? Or will the silence speak louder than any quote, hinting that the end of an era is closer than we ever imagined? We'll keep tracking every report, every whisper from sources inside the locker room, every hint from LeBron himself. Because one thing's for certain: if this truly is the beginning of the end of LeBron's time in purple and gold, you'll want to have witnessed every last beat of this chapter. But could it also be the beginning of something even more remarkable? Could adversity propel him to reinvent not only his game, but his entire approach to life as an athlete? Questions swirl, theories multiply, and one undeniable truth emerges. Lakers Nation has never needed LeBron James more than it does right now, whether he's on the court or fighting from the training room. We're all holding our breath, waiting for that next glimpse of progress, that spark of his signature determination. Because if there's one thing LeBron has taught us, it's that no obstacle is insurmountable when you refuse to back down. When the dust settles on the initial shock of LeBron's knee update, The real work begins. Here's what we know. He's progressing, but cautiously. He's focused on upper body conditioning and light stationary cycling to keep blood flowing and flexibility intact. But don't let the word light fool you. The man who once crushed defenses with thunderous dunks is now chipping away at rehab like an architect rebuilding a skyscraper, brick by brick. Could it be that this forced pause actually becomes the secret weapon that lengthens his career? Some insiders believe so, speculating that LeBron's commitment to recovery protocols, everything from cryotherapy and hyperbaric chambers to unconventional treatments, might not just mend the knee but redefine peak physical performance for a 40-year-old athlete. Meanwhile, beyond the training room, the Lakers roster has begun to morph. Anthony Davis, already accustomed to shouldering heavy minutes, has been thrust into an even larger leadership role. Observers note that Davis's body language in practice has shifted, more vocal, more engaged on both ends of the court, almost as if he's auditioning for co-captaincy. Could this be his moment to step fully out of LeBron's shadow? Fans are buzzing. Is AD prepared to carry the offensive load and anchor the defense if LeBron's timeline stretches? It's a question that lingers every time Davis grabs his teammates' attention in the film room, drilling up-tempo drills and defensive rotations. Then there's the young core: Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell. They're suddenly auditioning for spotlight roles. Reeves's fearless drives and clutch shooting have taken on newfound urgency. Every successful bucket feels like a statement that he can, or must, fill the emotional void left by LeBron's temporary absence. Rui's athleticism and growing mid-range game are under the microscope. Can he emerge as the third or fourth scoring option night after night? And Russell, after a down season, looks rejuvenated, eager to prove that he's more than a catch-and-shoot specialist, that he can create his own offense and dictate tempo when the stakes are highest. Could this period of uncertainty catalyze the Lakers' next breakout star? Fans imagine breakout games where one of these players steps up in a LeBron-less lineup, carrying the team to hard-fought wins and forcing the front office to reconsider their long-term rotation. Some insiders even whisper that a surprise trade could be on the horizon if management decides they need a veteran guard to steady the ship. Is that scenario realistic? Only time and the next few injury reports will tell. On the strategic front, head coach J.J. Redick faces his toughest challenges yet. How does he balance load management with the need to build chemistry? How does he maintain the identity of an offense built around LeBron's vision when LeBron might not be available? Will he adopt a small ball approach, spreading the floor, and relying on quick passes and off-ball screens? Or will he double down on half-court sets, emphasizing the pick-and-roll between Davis and Reeves? Every practice, every scrimmage, every video session becomes a live lab experiment, and Redick's decisions over the next week could define his legacy as much as any master's clinic he delivered as a player. Beyond X's and O's, there's the mental and emotional battle. LeBron himself admitted on Nash's podcast that sitting still has been the toughest part. For a player whose identity is built on relentless activity, the forced downtime can erode confidence and cloud focus. Will he return with the same killer instinct, or will the very act of rehabbing instill a new level of caution? Some psychologists suggest that injuries at this stage of a legendary career often create a psychological hurdle that can alter play style, leading to more perimeter play, fewer drives, and an increased reliance on jumpers. If that shift occurs, what does it mean for the Lakers' spacing and the roles of perimeter-hungry teammates? It's possible that LeBron's game could evolve yet again, emphasizing efficiency over explosiveness. At the same time, the looming question for Lakers Nation is simple and impossible to ignore. If LeBron is delayed further, can this squad remain a true title contender? The Western Conference is as deep as ever. Teams are peaking at the perfect moment. The Denver Nuggets are entrenched as championship favorites. The Phoenix Suns boast a dynamic backcourt, and the Minnesota Timberwolves have climbed into the elite with a relentless defense. Without LeBron anchoring the offense and instilling calm in crunch time, every close game becomes a test of character and cohesion. Can the Lakers weather a short slide? Or will early season struggles force them into a play-in tournament scenario, upping the stakes even further? Conversely, there's an argument to be made that adversity breeds resilience. Remember the 2020 bubble run, when the Lakers seized a championship despite external pressures? That spirit could be resurrected. This season's version of adversity is a different beast, an injury to the face of the franchise. But adversity. Nonetheless, if the supporting cast rallies around Davis and the coaching staff unearths a fresh identity, the Lakers could emerge from this period stronger, more versatile, and battle-tested. Could this detour ultimately lead to a more balanced attack capable of sustaining playoff success even when LeBron is on limited minutes? The final piece of this puzzle lies with LeBron's own mindset. He's never been one to back down from a challenge. His competitive flame still burns brighter than ever. Every rehabilitation session, every low-impact drill, every slice of time away from the court is an opportunity to study opponents, refine his leadership voice, and prepare to re-enter the arena with renewed purpose. And if the very act of missing games ignites a desire to exploit every remaining second on the floor, Lakers fans might witness a version of LeBron even more focused, more strategic, and more unrelenting than before. So here we stand, on the edge of possibility. The question isn't just whether LeBron returns this season, it's how this chapter shapes the Lakers' future. Will we look back on this knee scare as a footnote, a minor obstacle overcome by the greatest to ever play the game? Or will we remember it as the moment LeBron James, already a legend, made the choice to protect his legacy, to step off the court on his own terms, and to forge a path beyond basketball's hardwood? But what do you think about all of this? Could this knee rehab be the crucible that refines LeBron's genius? Or is it the sign of an era drawing to a close? Personally, as a die-hard Lakers fan, I'm torn between dread and excitement. Dread at the thought of our king sidelined, and excitement at the prospect of witnessing how this squad evolves under pressure. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.